Welcome back. Well, my next guest, no stranger to the trials of a high-performance workplace, the former National Advertising Director of Marie Claire magazine, Carolyne Gowen, found herself stressed, exhausted and unable essentially to turn off the continuous dialogue in her head. Well, in 2007, she realised things had to change, embarking on a training course in primordial sound meditation in the United States, and it became the catalyst to a complete career change. And she founded Still Your Mind. It's a meditation course designed for the corporate executive or business owner to help them regain control of their lives. Carolyne joins me now in studio. Warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Carlson.
Let's talk about confronting demons first.
Yes.
Because a lot of us like to kind of pretend the problem away.
Yes.
Through a whole number of get-out-of-jail alternatives. How much of this was end-of-the-line territory for you? You tried everything, it had failed, so you were willing to consider it.
When I first started meditating?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I worked on the launch of Marie Claire in 1995, and I was working 24/7, and it didn't matter how much sleep I had or good food I ate or exercise I did, I just couldn't turn off the voice in my head. I thought I was going to go demented.
People would say, though, Carolyne, that was a massive opportunity, that was a massive project. As it were, bite the bullet and Barbados will come in a few months' time. You can chill out, forget it all. It would have been worth it.
But it was ongoing, it was relentless, and I just needed to get a little bit of me time back, and I just needed to calm down just so I could do my job a lot more effectively.
Yes.
And I attended a meditation course, and it literally changed my life forever. I just fell in love with it.
What was the light bulb moment that you decided, well, it's not just a matter of this works, but I can make it flourish as, you know, my primary job?
Well, I had been meditating for many years, and then I went to Spain and I did a course with one of my favourite teachers from America, and I just had this voice in my head that said become a meditation teacher, and it was very, very strong. So then I came back to Sydney, researched all the best meditation teachers, and I thought that was Deepak Chopra. So I went to America 3 times in a year and I did my teacher training with him.
What defines the best in this business?
For me, it was somebody who was really true to their word, who was on the right path. Deepak also had a very high profile. He's written 65 books. He's really true, and he's
Because some would say that's obsessive, that's too much. I mean, 65, mere mortals like us don't pump out 65 books.
Oh.
How do you have a kind of an affinity with someone like that?
Well, he's just a leader in his field. He's an ex-doctor. He worked in Boston for a very long time, and then he transformed from being a doctor into teaching meditation. He trained with the Maharishi, so he's got very good grounding, but he just really believes in what he says. He's the best. He practices what he preaches, and
do you find that letting go, though, is kind of a bit of a brick wall event for a lot of people, that you're asking them to stop, to get off that 24/7 treadmill?
Okay.
Once they're off it, how do they get back on it?
Okay. If you were dying of cancer and you were told to take these tablets twice a day because it was going to cure you for the rest of your life, you would do it. So if you're really stressed and anxious and burnt out, if you can just take 20 minutes out of your day every time to meditate, contact that stillness and that silence, reduce your stress and anxiety, connect your mind, body and spirit, so everything works together. You achieve balance and integration in your life.
Because what happens if your body's a wreck? So what are you connecting A with B? I mean, if your spirit is kind of so blunted and so kind of beaten down, and your body is kind of a shell of what it once was, the connections aren't there, they're gone.
They are connected, because your body reflects your mind. Meditation's very good for well-being. So if your mind settles down, your body settles down. Your heart rate and your blood pressure settle down. Your gallbladder and your liver settle down. Your intestines relax. Your kidneys settle down, and your adrenal glands sit just above your kidneys. That's where cortisol is released. Cortisol is the stress hormone.
What about, though, back to that idea of the deal flow continues. I'm in a Forex dealing room.
Yes.
I can't even get out when the fire evacuation drill's taking place because I'm going to lose my client 50 million. How do I take my 20 minutes and then suddenly jump back onto the phone 24/7?
Okay, if you've meditated that day, what meditation does is it allows you to put a pause button between thought and actions, because it just creates that distance. You press the pause button, it allows you to stop, calm down, think and take the right action.
It's a daily thing though, isn't it? That's important because a bit like the gym, if you're just kind of playing around with this, well, you might as well just go and play in the casino. You're wasting your money and your time.
Yeah, meditation is a daily activity, but we live in the modern world. It's 2012. We've got things coming at us the whole time. If you don't do a meditation one day, go and do it the next day. It's like the gym. Just because you miss the gym one day, it doesn't mean that you're going to stop exercising for the rest of your life.
Tell me about the application of this inside business. It's intriguing to think that, you know, McKinsey, Deutsche Bank, the Googles, the Apples of this world, they're all into it.
Yes.
But if your employee is dragged kicking and screaming into that environment, is it all, again, a bit redundant? In other words, you've got to get buy-in from everyone. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not something that you can make people do. Yeah. It's something that you have to want to do. But the results have been proven. There's been over 600 studies done on the effects of meditation, and they've all been really, really positive. And all of these companies like Apple and Google and McKinsey's and HBO and Facebook and all of these companies that do meditate, they're all at the forefront. They're all leaders in what they do. And they are leaders in what they do because they adopt new ways of doing things.
Because proving the net benefit is fine to state, but when this is, after all, a bit of a discretionary add-on, people would say, I take your point, in an ideal world, I would have that sum of money set aside for the cream on top of the strawberry, but I can barely afford the strawberry right now.
Right, okay. Companies always have training budgets, okay? And it's been proven that meditation decreases absenteeism, it increases productivity, and it makes people a lot happier. So if you can bring that culture into your work environment, it's only going to give you positive results. And also, meditation makes you a lot more creative. So if you're going into a really big brainstorming session, if you can go and do, you know, a 15-minute meditation before you get in, you're going to bring those creative juices to the meeting.
What gets you stressed once you've done it? So in other words, you've done your 20-minute daily drill.
Yeah.
You start off with the best of intentions off the back of that, and then at 3 in the afternoon, so it's been about 5 hours since you did it,
Yeah.
something hits the fan. What's your way of handling that?
My way of handling it is just being calm about it, and meditation makes you calm, because if you fly off the handle, that's not going to make the situation any better. It's only actually going to make it worse. So if you can handle a problem with calmness, you're going to fix the problem a lot easier.
Tell me about getting this inside a framework that made sense financially for you, building a business from it.
Right.
How you went about that?
How did I go about that? I built a website. I've got a very strong circle of friends, so it was a lot of word of mouth to begin with, and then the business has built simply through word of mouth. I know a lot of people in the magazine industry, so I got a lot of editorial support. A lot of bloggers, you know, talked about my course as well, so a lot of it built through word of mouth.
Yes. Do you find yourself talking about it more, though, than you have time to do it now? Is that one of the kind of catch-22s? It becomes so successful that it's like feeding the beast. Where do you stop? How do you slow down?
How do I slow down? I meditate, and I just make sure that I have a great social life and do interesting things on weekends. It's just like everybody else. It's just being normal.
Because what do you meditate on?
What do I meditate on?
Still everything.
Okay, still everything. What I teach is a mantra, and a mantra is a sound or a vibration that has no particular meaning. So what it does is that it stops the voice in your head, and when you stop that voice in your head, you contact the stillness, the nothingness, the void, and that's what makes you really calm down. And so you Okay,
Yes.
you say this mantra over and over and over to
With no meaning, you say. It has no meaning.
It has no meaning. It has no meaning.
Does that actually, though, did you find that hard to even take that on board? To think, well, I've always sought meaning and understanding in what I'm writing about or what I'm selling to people, because they needed an explanation from me, right?
No.
You've done it. You had to do a complete 180 flip.
No, the fact that I'm saying something that has no meaning,
Yes.
it helps to ground me and it stops the thoughts in my head, and that's what you're trying to do when you meditate. Thoughts always come back in. It's a natural part of meditation.
How do you cancel those out?
How do you cancel those out? You just keep going back to your mantra. And then you'll have moments for about 2 or 3 seconds when you're not meditating. I mean, when you're not meditating, when you're not thinking. And that's when all the benefits come in.
Tell me about the products beyond this, because we can produce something as if from nowhere. You can pull that off where it is, Caroline.
Okay.
Bring that up onto the table if you could.
Rightio.
I can't reach that far over.
Okay,
what on earth is that? That is like a nice back cushion for me here. The chairs are terrible, but tell me more. What is that?
This is a meditation cushion, which is natural and sustainable. And the reason that I produce these meditation cushions is when I started Still Your Mind, I wanted to have all the, right accessories. And I went online, and all the meditation cushions were made out of crushed velvet and filled with buckwheat. And I thought, well,
it's going to get you
that's right. I thought, well, you can be stylish and meditate as well. So that's what started the whole range. So this is all cotton, but on the inside of the cushion is recycled plastic bottles. It feels like foam and looks like foam, but it's PET fibre.
Right.
And each cushion saves 85 plastic bottles from landfill.
So you're winning on the environmental front, and that is primarily for what? Are you laying your head on that?
No, so I sit on this cushion and I cross my legs. It gives me really good posture.
Yes.
And
so like a mini gym ball compressed.
That's right. Absolutely. Yes.
All right. Well, that's something to key off.
Okay.
We wish you well.
Thank
and all
you.
the best of
Thank
success
you,
with the business.
Thank you. Thank you.
Carolyne Gowen there, and Still Your Mind, if you can indeed bring yourself to that point. A struggle there of it in itself. We'll see you next week.